Good morning, everybody. Well, it's afternoon. I hope everyone's having a great day. I am semi-retired Bob. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and a few odds and ends. Today's kind of a mixed bag. I got a little bit of a comment rant to go on here after a while, but I'm going to start off talking about my new shoes. It finally, for those of you that are new to the channel and those of you that are returning, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here. It's only about 64 degrees out here today. I've been kind of a bum laying around watching Ohio State football. Now it's time to get out here and get some walking done. But yeah, so far my new shoes feel pretty good. I've had them on my feet for a good 2 or 3 hours, maybe even 4 already today. And they never made my feet hurt just wearing them, you know, watching football, getting up and down, running into the restroom, that kind of stuff. And they feel plenty cushiony out here walking around the parking lot. So I'll keep you updated as the walk goes on if I'm getting any sore spots on my feet or anything. But here we are. It's Saturday. It'll be Sunday by the time you see this. The October challenge is almost over. And I've been doing fine without coffee. Sorry, I messed up the hold on this for a minute. My wrist holding the stick was itching, so I had to scratch it. I don't know, maybe I got bit by a mosquito or something. But yeah, the October challenge, I've been doing real well. Just eating ground beef. Just beef. I've had a couple of non-ground beef days, and speaking of which, for today I've got a roast, about 2.5 pounds of roast. It's in there on the stove right now in some water. I didn't bring my, I don't know why my wrist suddenly itches there. But I just put the roast in a big pot with a little water in the bottom with the fat cap facing down to the bottom, so that'll get done even a little bit more. And then I just kind of slow boil steam it for the amount of time it takes me to do this walk. I put it in, what is it now? It's a little bit after 4. So about 5 o'clock, after it's been in that pot, kind of simmering away for about an hour, I'll pull it out of there and throw it in the skillet and just sort of fry it up like a great big steak. So that should be pretty good. So I've had mostly ground beef, but I was going to put in an order for some more ground beef, and I did get another log of it at Walmart. They had roasts on sale for it was like $5.26 a pound. It was a little less than $5.50. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4. I bought 5. I bought 5 big roasts between the 2 and 3 pound mark. So between those and another tube of ground beef, I should be set for a while. my cheat sheet already. My goodness. Oh yeah, I was gonna finish talking about the coming up on the end of the October challenge here. Besides just the beef, I do think I'm gonna stay with primarily beef, except for I did buy a good sized tray of pork chops that I'm going to have on November the 1st, just because I love pork chops. And then I'll probably go right back to beef. But the other part of this challenge was no coffee, and I think I've done fairly well. I mean, I never really had any headaches or withdrawal symptoms from the coffee. I was a little tired and out of sorts the first couple of days, but nothing too bad. But to do the full test, I am going to make 1 cup of coffee on November the 1st. And I'll drink that and see if I can feel any negative side effects from it. Because all the doctors that I follow are pretty evenly split. Some of them will say you shouldn't have coffee because it's not carnivore. Others will say you should have coffee because coffee and tea help stimulate weight loss. And then there are those that are in the middle that are like, well, I don't really see any negative side effects from it. I don't really see any positives from it. So we'll have to make up our own minds about coffee. And I'll do that for you on November the 1st. I haven't decided if I'm going to start drinking coffee again or not. But I do want to have 1 cup just to see if I can see any effects from it. Because we won't really know the bottom line until I actually try it again and see what happens. But yeah, I sort of want to talk about this, a little bit of a rant. I've talked about this before, and I don't have any kind of trouble with it on my channel. Not really, because I have a very extensive blocked words list in the comments. You know, even if you mean it in a good way, if you add a 4-letter word to your comment, it's not going to show up. If you put a link in your comment, it's not going to show up. And then there are some key phrases and words that I put in there for people that are prone to say bad things about other people. And those get filtered out as well. Now, they don't just disappear into the void, they actually land in a section called, on my control panel, that's called held for review. So I can look at them, and if you've hit some of those keywords that I flag, and I see that it's just in in you attempting to make your point kind of way, I let those go through. but they sit out there in limbo till I look at them and decide they're okay. What I'm talking about, I was watching somebody else's live stream last night, and I don't even know what they were talking. I don't know who they were talking about, but apparently this person has been getting really mean comments on her videos. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't understand that. Weren't you ever taught as a kid, if you can't say something nice about somebody, don't say it at all? I don't understand why people feel the need to do this. And as I've said before, for those of you that are getting those comments, I know it's hard, but do your best to ignore them. And either use the blocked words section or just ban them from your channel. Although I found that using the hide user from channel button on trolls that are serious about getting into your head, that doesn't work, as they just go out and make another account and post some more. So that's why I like the blocked words list better. So but you can do, it's your channel. You do what you think is right for you. And for those of you that are out there posting those comments, don't you have anything better to do with your life? I mean, seriously, if leaving a nasty comment on somebody's video is your greatest joy for the day, you need to get out of your parents' basement and go find something to do with your life, because you're living a sad, sad existence. Okay, I've said my piece on that. There was an interesting Bart K video out a few days ago, and I'm not going to say who. You can check it for yourself. Today is Saturday, so just go back and look for the video that Bart K put out on Thursday. Now, I warn you, for those of you that haven't actually ever watched Bart K, his language can be a little rough, so it's not for everybody. But the person he did a whole video about on who's wrong on the interwebs today. I've been leaning away from him for quite some time, because he'll say a bunch of stuff that makes perfect sense, and then he'll do 2 or 3 videos where you're like, what? And I agree with Bart K. If you're a big channel and you have lots of followers and you say something not just once by accident, or you misspoke a thought and it didn't come out the way you wanted to, that kind of thing happens to everybody. But if you're intentionally, or not even just intentionally, just through sheer stupidity, putting something out there that's actually going to harm your average viewer, I believe what Barkay said. You should be in jail. How do you live with yourself putting stuff like that out there? I understand you want to make money, you want to get clicks. I've said before, everybody on YouTube wants to make money. If they say they're not interested in making $1 or $2, they're not telling you the truth. But like for me, if I was to go out and tell all of the 50, 60, and 70-year-old diabetics on my channel that I'm sorry I was wrong, eating oatmeal for breakfast is a wonderful idea, that's just insane. And I would never do that. I will not ever intentionally give my viewers bad advice. I just won't. Giving your viewers bad advice just to get clicks, I don't get it. Oh, that's enough of that. You guys know how I feel about that. I was also reading an article, I think I mentioned this yesterday, but I can never mention it enough. Oh, and by the way, if you're still here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's free, and it does help the channel get the word out. But you know, that article I read was talking about how having a support team, or at least 1 or 2 people to talk to, is very good for you. Makes this a lot easier. And while I don't have anybody that I talk to face to face about this kind of stuff, I feel like I talk to you guys every day. I'm happy to bring you along. And I feel like, you know, we're just out here walking along together. But if you think anything I say would help somebody you know, you're welcome to share this with whoever you like. Share it on your social media, email it to a friend. Send out a carrier pigeon, whatever it takes to get the word out there. I would greatly appreciate that. But I'm coming around the corner on my 4th lap here. I'm not going to stop the video for long. I'm just going to pause it for just a half a second. Well, maybe a minute or so. I'm going to go in and check on my roast, see how it's coming. And then I'm going to come back out and walk some more laps to try and get my mileage back up to where it was. I may not get a full 10 laps in. we'll see. It's Saturday and there's a lot of football to be watched today. But for now, I just want to say cue the music. Okay, cut the music. Thank you. Okay, I haven't really decided which way I'm going to do it. I'm either going to have my pork chops on November the 1st and my coffee the next day, or switch it around, because after coming off the lion diet, I don't want to add more than one thing in at a time. So if I have a reaction, I'll know what it is. I know it's hard to think about, but the holiday seasons are rapidly approaching. If you feel like it, you don't have to. I've got some Amazon affiliate links down in the description to all of their holiday sales. And if you want to see what shoes I bought, I got a link to the shoes down there too. But in the interest of keeping these videos what I consider is the correct length, I just recorded 2 laps of my walking. I'm going to go in here and finish my roast up, and then try to get 2 or 3 more laps in this evening after I eat. And I will put the final mileage in there for you. But that was a quick 6 laps at a pretty fast pace. Like I said, I want to add some more to it to get the mileage up. But for now, there should be a video over here talking about the entire October challenge. Another one over here for a video you've never seen before. Don't forget to get out there and be 1% better today, folks. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.